start kar do.
Well, so what a test match we had. I mean, Lords, day five, and as I was just speaking, also like this match had so many similarities to that 2021 Lords test match. Both the innings ended on day three. There was some sort of a heated contest between both the teams at the fag end of day three. And then India struggled there, somehow managed to put on some sort of a score. England struggled here in the third innings, and then Siraj had bowled Anderson in the last final ball of day five, and he was celebrating while Anderson was looking down the barrel. Now it's just the other way around. India were eight down by lunch, and it looked like maybe maximum half an hour into the second session, and the match would be done. Ravindra Jadeja had other ideas, so did it just with Bumrah, but Ben Stokes kept on bowling and bowling and bowling, and induced a false shot from Jasprit Bumrah, and then they needed that little bit of luck as Mohammad Siraj tried to defend it on the back foot and letting the ball just have some sort of a backspin and trickle down onto the leg stump with the Bales knocking it off. So what a match we had, and it will be a tough pill to swallow for India. To be honest, will bring back the ghosts of Edgbaston 2018. You can say even the recent match against New Zealand at Mumbai, where they failed to chase down 149. But this game, I mean, they came down so close, so close. But I think the questions will be raised with the top order. It wasn't of coming so close. Even had they won the game, the top order would have been sort of saved. But now I think questions need to be raised of the top order. I mean, those three wickets at the end of day three, at the end of day four, and even today, the wickets of Rishabh Pant, Washington Sundar, Nitish Reddy, no one could survive. So I'm joined by Ritik and Abhishek. Well, I've already spoken a lot. So now time for you guys to pick up the phone mic.
I mean, yeah, I think a tough pill to swallow for the Indian team, I would say. And I think hats off to Jadeja the way he played. Hats off to Bumrah and I think Siraj for playing that 80 overs, 80 balls approximately. But it was
Yeah,
I think
surely.
as you mentioned correctly that the top order has to get all the blame. That weird leap from Karun Nair when you know that Biden Kurtz is always bringing the ball from that end towards inside.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean,
he should have gone
India
for
were on
playing that
top,
one.
and even that shot from Jaiswal, he was some
That
sort of
was not needed
maybe
because
overawed by the fact that Jofra Archer is bowling to him, and he tried to take him on straight away, induce the top edge, and got out. And then India were in a good spot. KL Rahul had been dropped by Chris Wokes, and then all of a sudden Karun Nair just played that last ball played in Karun Nair's mind because the previous ball Braden Kurtz made it to swing out. He missed the drive, and then he thought his ball is anyways going out, so I'm leaving it. And the next one came in bang on target.
yeah, you're true. And yeah, you're talking about Karun Nair, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Karun Nair.
And then
And then
Shubman Gill looked all
yes,
at sea. So I mean, as soon as the pitch had something in it, Shubman Gill again struggled in both innings.
yeah, yeah, absolutely true. And it's very disappointing. I think that the top order batters could have done a bit more. I think comparatively, like they should have survived the first 30 overs, but not even say first 30 overs. After 20 overs, ball was losing its shine and it was getting
Not
slower.
exactly
So
20 overs. Yesterday, 17 around overs were bowled. Till lunch, the ball was still doing something, which was around the 35th, 40 over mark. But since then, had they survived at least till the 35th over mark, things would have been easy. But they needed to survive that first station, basically, and they couldn't.
absolutely true. And yeah,
A- and with the track having so many cracks and all those things where the ball will have uneven bounce, I think someone also needed to play a few shots. They were a bit too much defensive. Someone like Jadeja, who was quite defensive. Even Nitish Reddy didn't even try to play shots. They were just waiting, and getting those singles. I think someone needed to be a bit more proactive, at least.
yes, and at least I think I was expecting a bit more from Sundar, considering his skills with the bat, but it didn't come out. And
Yeah,
I think
Washington Sundar was pretty confident yesterday night. He said
yeah,
India will win 1 hour into the lunch.
and he was uh, more or less correct. But yeah, batters need to do well for that. Anyways, I think yeah, I think I was having when I was seeing the match. I think Rishabh Pant I was not having much expectations with because when he was batting, his hand was coming off the bat when the ball was making an impact, especially Jofra Archer. So I think it was very difficult for him
Yeah, and
to,
I
yeah,
I think
that,
England were spot on with their decisions. They straight away brought Jofra Archer to bowl at the
yeah,
stumps against Rishabh Pant and
yeah,
Ben Stokes. I mean, he put in a monumental effort. He just kept on. Every time I was watching the match, he was bowling from one end. He kept on bowling,
yeah, yeah.
bowling, bowling, bowling,
And
and bowling.
yeah, and Ben Stokes, what I
Yeah,
was fearing the most, and it came true only, that the ball which rises up the length,
And
that
even
is the
even
one.
that ball which got KL Rahul nipped in
Yeah,
sharply from a length and
that
caught him
was
on
the
the back
that
foot.
was the beauty. That was the beauty. That's what I'm
Yeah, I
saying.
mean
That
KL
till 30 overs, ball
and
was doing something, but
this was known, right? Ben Stokes never loses at Lords on 14 July.
absolutely.
And also when he has Jofra Archer on his side.
Yeah,
yeah. But still, I think Jofra Archer has a
Yeah,
good record against left-handers also. So he showed
yeah.
us
So
that now he averages
that was the
23 against
reason.
left-handers and 30
But yeah,
30
I
plus
think the
games.
tailenders put in a lot of effort, and yeah, there can be talks that could Jadeja have gone a bit harder when Bumrah was with him. Could he have taken a few more chances? He took only one chance against Chris Wokes, smashed the six. But could he have taken a few more chances? But then again, I think with the ball going soft and with fielders all over the boundary, it needed a bit more powerful guy. I mean, someone like Rishabh Pant or someone like Nitish Reddy who has those big shots. Jadeja maybe doesn't have that much of an sort of belief in himself to clear those boundaries. Yes, I think if Ritik wants to add something. Well, guys, this will be a short live, so
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you are
We can
willing to
we can
participate, please do so.
yeah, that's what I was checking. So, do we have any comments, or else I can add my views?
Yeah, start adding your views. We will be watching.
I don't see any
Yeah,
comments, right?
so we have got Sugradeep also. I mean, it's been a draining day
Okay.
of test match. Washington Sundar said the match will end an hour into the second session, but it ended an hour into. Despite that half an hour extra, it ended almost at 9:30, I guess, Indian Standard Time.
Yeah, I think Washington, after picking those 4 wickets, he got a bit extra charged up, but unfortunately, that wasn't meant to be. And thanks to our top order for that, because the tail enders, the way they fought, I think they couldn't have done anything better. I mean, yes, you can say a lot of things. Jadeja playing a bit more aggressively, or maybe Siraj shouldn't have played that shot, or Bumrah shouldn't have tried that shot. But I don't see that they could have done anything better. I mean, had it been a miracle, they would have won. But even the fact that they haven't won, I mean, they went so close, and that is something that I really look forward to. And they should take a lot of positives considering this fight. Yeah.
absolutely.
Yes, are we having some few comments or I think
Yeah,
our
if
guys
not,
just
I
trend
think
out.
Sugardeep can add his point of view.
Oh, it's a trading day, to be honest. If you saw Ben Stokes going up the stairs after the victory, he was absolutely drained out. He can't even look at some of the thing. He was drained out. Obviously, having bowled such a long spell, 23 overs, they don't actually, you know, expect him to bowl that many over. I think it was a 9 over spell from both ends. He bowled also last evening, great over, especially the top order, and then to start with this morning session. And I think the way he handled Joe Archer, it was great. It was a sign of a good captaincy. I think Joe Fra coming into the game had something on his plate, so much thing on his plate, physical, and also thing that generally gets avoided is the mental health. When you are not playing for 4 years, you charged up and take a wicket, stay in the field for a long, long time, stay in the field for 90 overs, you dive, you push yourself hard, and then the mental fatigue just take a lot of your body as a fast bowler, especially in 5 days. And to do that after 5 days of cricket, in the last spell he bowled, especially the morning one, he bowled to Rishabh Pant. That ball he bowled to Rishabh was excellent. I think it held the line, went to the straight on, missed the bat, and it was end. And the
And even
catch,
that
if you look at the
Washington
catch,
Sundar caught and bowled.
that was incredible, man. To bowl that fast, to stop yourself in the follow through, and to jump in your right side. And if you look at Jofra, he's always going to that side. Then if this is a batter, if he's running in from this end, he's going to a left side. And to stop him from going to a left side and to jump at the right moment, to take a catch, to keep the ball in his hand, I think there was a bit of a bad luck for Washington Sundar also. Besides, Jofra's catch, He manifested it, obviously, as Ritik mentioned, but I think he didn't realize that he could have been gone in an hour on the fifth day's morning session. So yeah, but my as I mentioned in the group, I think my understanding is in they lost the game in the third evening session when even after having two set batters, that's Jadeja and Nitish Reddy, they couldn't take a lead. Even a 50-40 and lead would have been great. I know the commentators are shouting that it's a good pitch, Lords, day four, fourth innings pitch. It has been chased. England chased against New Zealand 3 years ago in the Basball era. I think 5 6 weeks ago South Africa chased the
But
score, but one thing we are actually avoiding is that was a 4 day, 3 day surface. That is the fifth day surface and a heat, the 30, 32 degree, 34-degree heat of London in these days is incredible. That is into, what does it say? Better than
Symbol,
dreams.
Okay,
symbol.
okay. I
Okay.
think he loves Ravindra Jadeja, and I mean
Yes.
it's
What an
been
innings.
separate now.
Yep.
Ah, man.
also, yeah,
Oh,
that's true.
yeah.
Also, I think
Only
the
thing
Astra
is
was a bit
not
fuller
enough winning
yesterday, but
cause.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. But I think today's line and lengths are perfect. I think from the start go. I think and Ben Stokes did the right decision, bringing him against left-handers, considering the record.
Yeah, and he did
Okay.
not
Yeah.
go to the left-handers.
So
And I
Yeah,
think
I
yes,
was reading a
so
stat.
Shoaib,
So like, yeah,
yeah, you
the
continue.
last 10 matches, I think India lost 7 out of them. So
yeah,
70%
and
losing rate,
mostly
right?
mostly like chasing below 200. You remember the Wankhede one?
I think this is
Now,
the fifth time. I think I shared one news link as well. I
yeah,
think this is the fifth time that they lost. I mean,
South
chasing a
Africa
score below
2018.
200.
I think it was more than 200. Edgbaston it
Yeah.
was 190 around. Yeah, and
And
this one
yeah, the point you guys
Wankhede,
were mentioning, I always
Mumbai.
say that Ben Stokes is the man with the golden arm. We all know that when nothing happens, all of a sudden he comes and
Yeah,
he picks up a
Yeah,
crucial
Ben
wicket.
Stokes has now completed 50 wickets versus India.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You always
and that
come up with these stats
and the
after a
ball that
training
rises up.
defeat.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ball
The,
that rises
the
up.
thing
I
that,
think one which
okay,
India.
And since
Yeah, yeah, please
2018,
tell.
he has picked up 35 wickets at an average of 27.6 and strike rate of
one thing that,
48.6. And
yeah, one thing that Ritik mentioned, I want to just add on it. He is always a clutch player. There's a reason why Ben is getting compared to Freddie, getting compared to Beefy. There are reasons it. We always remember the Headingley game. The one thing that always forget is the over he bowled in the second innings. The 14 over spell in both ends of T. That was a marathon spell. If you saw that live game, oh, that was incredible. And to bowl 14 overs, after 4 days of hard cricket, to keep yourself mentally challenged, physically fit, and to bowl a 14 over spell in the heat, that was something that we always forget. Always remember the batting he did. That was excellent, obviously. But why that score becomes 364 and not 450? That was because Ben Stokes himself. He bowled that over huge kind of I think he got Marnus. He got he got whom? He got I think Smith wasn't playing. So I remember Marnus. I remember Marnus he got because of the stump he got, and I think he got the last wicket also, or the last wicket got to Jofra, whoever it is. But he bowled that 14 over long spell, and that was incredible to watch. I think one thing that Ben Stokes always brings to Test matches is theater. He brings theater, and I love those bowlers who brings the amusement kind of a amusement park kind of a character. Jofra is
he
one of
got
those another
Matthew
player.
Wade
Ben
and he got Pat
Stokes,
And
Cummins.
if you talk
Yeah.
Matthew
he
about
Wade
got
and
Matthew with
Cummins.
Pat Cummins.
Edgbaston
Yeah,
also, I think missed both Kohli and Pandya, right? If I'm not wrong, in the
Yeah,
when
they
India
needed
were,
50 odd. Then he
yeah,
got Kohli LBW. 50 with 4 wickets in
Kohli, and
hand, he
then I
got
think
Kohli
after
LBW.
that, Hardik Pandya was also.
Even if you didn't,
So
don't
he's
forget
he has been always,
the first innings when India were coasting along 250 for three, I think, and then he got the run out of Rishabh Pant right at the stroke of lunch, which changed the
basically,
course.
Even against West Indies, I remember a series where he looked absolutely lethal. Ben Stokes, the
yeah,
way
yeah.
he was
That I
swinging
think
the
that was
ball.
the COVID series, if I'm not
and
wrong.
Yeah. Maybe yes.
Yeah, that series where West Indies won the first match, Blackwood got
Yeah,
96 or something.
I think they played the first game in Southampton. Then they went to Manchester, and I
Yeah,
don't
the
remember the
first
third
match
one.
I think Ben Stokes was captaining also because Joe Root was on parental duties,
No,
if
it
I'm
was
not
yeah,
wrong.
yeah. Birth
the
of his child,
2020 series,
the first
the
one.
COVID series.
Yeah, it was the first
Yeah,
series
most
after COVID,
likely. Yeah.
July 2020. Then they had the Pakistan series where Manderson got his
Oh, he's a class
500 or
player.
600
No,
wickets.
no, no one. I think everyone just compares his record with Jadeja. No doubt about it. They had some chances, but that is the difference between a good player and a great player. The good player always takes you close to the game, close to the victory, doesn't do it. And Ben Stokes is a clutch player. Ben Stokes is a great player. The reason is he always takes it home. Yeah, it is the 6 years anniversary of the day. Remember what he did that day with
Yeah,
Butler.
so we were just
Remember.
speaking. Ben Stokes, Geoffrey Archer, Chris Vokes, Joe Root. They have seen it all at Lords on this day, 6 years back.
I
Exactly.
still want to ask. I still want to ask Michael Santner why didn't he take a single? Why didn't he take a single there on the last ball? By no means. I mean, he could get run out. Doesn't really matter. He just ducked and stopped. Michael Santner didn't take a single. Why?
Maybe this is the
Yeah.
decision Williamson will regret. Sorry, Center will regret rest of his life.
Yeah, I mean, there's quite a few things to regret. Trent Bolt will still regret why he couldn't pick up that catch cleanly.
Just
I can
yes.
still understand, Doctor. Just think about it. If you are a captain, if you put yourself in the Ken Williamson's shoes or Gary Stead's coaching shoes, and you look at your all-rounder, your southpaw all-rounder, leaving a ball, the last ball, and he just ducked a delivery, short ball, and didn't take a single, and going back to flight, he said, "Why did you duck the ball and didn't take a single? At least you can try. At least you could have tried. The game could have been different. New Zealand could have owned that, but that's a different thing. But at least could have tried. He didn't even try. He didn't even take a step forward. He just ducked and straight into the right side of the dressing room. Bizarre.
Somewhere
Well, so I
disappointing.
mean, the next test is 10 days, I think 9 or 10 days. It starts on 23. Okay, so 9 days to go. So, what changes do you guys expect? I think we can end the live since there's not a lot of comments with this
Yeah, we can have
question. Then, what
Definitely, I
changes do you
think
we can
expect?
have,
Karun Nair is definitely not going to be a part of the fourth test. Most
Okay,
likely,
so
that's going to
I
be the
think that
case.
that's enough of Karun Nair's second chance, or is there
Yeah.
still something left?
I
maybe
don't
Thank you
see.
for now.
I
maybe in
don't
the
see
home
him.
series. Maybe in the home series, but yeah, not in. Unfortunately, he looked good to me in the first innings, but second innings I was expecting more out of him, and just leaving a straight ball.
So, whom are you bringing in? Sai Sudarshan.
Yes.
Sudarshan, or I think you're having maybe Ishwaran, anyone. I think
I don't really see them giving Yashwaran a chance. It'll be Sai Sudarshan. Bit at
Yeah.
I,
first.
Yeah.
I
Most likely.
actually I actually have a different plan. I will promote Sundar at 3 and bring Shardul because we're playing to Manchester. If you want the batting from Sundar, he can bat at number 3. Has done it for Tamil Nadu a lot of times. He can bat at top order. I'll have him at number 3. And then I have Shardul Thakur because of the fact that you can extend your batting a little bit, and you also get another pace bowling option, which is always handy. When you're playing in Manchester, especially in August or July, something like that. So it's always good to have. I think Bumrah is not playing. I'm not sure Bumrah is not playing Manchester.
So
I
I think
guess.
India should push Bumrah because this is the decider match now for
Yes,
India. Do or die
Yeah.
match.
it
Exactly.
is.
And there's 9 days gap, so you just don't rest Bumrah and then lose the match and
it
bring him
doesn't
in
make it
in the
doesn't
last
make
game.
any sense to just Bumrah now.
Because if England win anyway, they are winning the series, the next match.
Yeah, only if they
It,
believe in the fact that when Bumrah has played, they have lost the match in this series. Then they can drop Bumrah.
I don't think that's how they should think. I don't think so. Yeah.
Will they drop Akashdeep? That's my point. Will they drop Akashdeep while they drop Mohammad Salah? Because I think you need to give chance to Arshdeep. You haven't really carried him just for his flight ticket. You have carried him
Also,
to
I think
play him.
Akashdeep struggled a bit with his injury yesterday. So
Yeah.
with his back or something, he was
the
having
best you
some.
could have given Akashdeep was I think the second test at Western, and I don't see him getting
If
a chance now.
Akashdeep doesn't play, I think Arshdeep gets a chance. Prasid won't get a chance again.
Sorry, Arshdeep.
And from
I think
England's point of view, I think Shoaib Bashir will miss out because he's, I think, broken a finger on his left hand.
yeah,
Yeah.
but whom you will pick up in place of him?
Is Leach
I,
available? I don't know.
I would say bring
Atkinson,
in Jacob Bethel and add a batter and get Jacob Bethel and Joe Root bowling. Anyways, I don't think they will
why
need a
not
lot of
Atkinson?
spin in Manchester.
I think they have said that they won't use Bethel at number 8, Saptoshi. I think Brennan has
Okay.
been really good that Bethel is not a player at number 8 they want to use. I am looking at Dawson, Liam Dawson. Why not he? He has bowled a
So,
lot of overs in the
but is
county.
Liam
He's in
Dawson
good
in the
form.
squad at this point, or
You have a 9 day break. You can add anyone, anytime, if you
Is
want.
Leach available? I'm just thinking that.
Yeah,
He'll be
he is.
good.
He is available. He's available.
yeah, they
What
can
about
add
Crawley?
him. Exactly.
Zach Crawley is playing or not? Zach Crawley is he playing or not?
He'll definitely play.
Okay, we have a
Yeah, Zach
comment. I
Zach
guess
Crawley shouldn't play. I mean, and that's been something which has been said for years. But yeah, Jack
I
Crawley.
always look at Zach Crowley and feel he's the luckiest player man I've ever had. Luckiest batter maybe. And he averages 30 in the last, I don't know what, 10 years, maybe
In
20,
fact, even
20 years.
Oli Pope should
Same
be
with
dropped.
Oli
I
Pope. I
think
was just
apart
going
from
to
that
bring the
100.
point. Same with Oli Pope. He
Please, yes,
plays
now.
well in the first match, and then all the rest of the series is a flop. So these two will be a concern for England, I would say.
the problem is
I actually, yeah.
before Crawley, actually England was struggling really bad. If you remember, having their
Yeah,
openers.
with
I mean,
Joe
the
Mm.
guys
Burns
like
and
Rory Burns, Dom
Joe
Sibley. My
Burns and
goodness,
sorry, no, no,
they were absolute
Tom
Hasib Hamid.
Sibley
menace.
and
Absolute menace.
I think
Dom
Hasib Hamid
Sibley was there.
has had a
Hasib Ahmed
decent
was there.
county season this year. Hasib Hamid and Dom Sibley. I think they had
But I
good
remember
county season
England
this year.
changing
sorry,
so
sorry,
many
sorry.
combinations in their opening. I remember at one point.
Yeah,
And
the fact
yeah,
is, I actually had a piece on Jack Corley yesterday, and I got to research that Asim Hamid has scored runs. Alex Lees, who played the Edgbaston Test match against India in the one of Test match 2022, he played that game. Alex Lees is in good form, and both have a strike rate of over 70. That will satisfy Brendan and Stokes a lot, and also the fact that uh, Crawley has a good kind of average or good record in Manchester. He scored that century,
Yeah,
189, I guess,
188. I mean, that was absolutely
88 or
demoralizing for the
89.
Aussies.
yeah.
Yeah, but the fact is, what hit me was at the start of the series. I think Ben Stokes had an interview with a BBC special, and he said that this England side don't want the Alistair Cook type of batter in their opening position. I hope this is a tongue in cheek from Ben. If it's not, there's a serious disrespect to the batter who has served England for a long, long time. This England side need a Alistair Cook type of player, and this week was their absolute approval of why. If you look at
Absolutely.
Joe Root, how did he play the first day? He didn't play like a baseball approach. He played as if he's a Joe Root. He's an old Joe Root. It's a test match, normal test match, and he played like that. Alistair Cook is someone who always leaves the ball outside off stump, and when he got the chance, he can score runs. The currency of a batter is scoring runs. No matter Zach Crawley, for Zach Crawley, there's a lot of wow factor in his life. If you see wow moments, he scored at 267 against Pakistan. It's in Southampton. He scored a 189, as Saptoshi mentioned.
I think the peak in Zach Crawley's career came during the Ashes and then that subsequent India series. But after that finger injury against West Indies, he's again come back to his normal
Yeah,
basics.
but that is such a low peak. I mean, I think that was
Yeah,
6 months of
yeah. I
peak.
mean, just the two series peak.
The two series peak. Oh, that is a great pick. But
Yeah, I think
if
Wisden
I'm the
just put out some
selector,
stats last week. He is the opener with 2,500 runs. He's having the lowest average or something of that sort.
yeah, he has the lowest average among all the openers who have at least 2,500 runs in test matches. The next best is Craig Battery, who has generally the same kind of average. And the next one in the England list, the list for England batter is Michael Atherton with the average of 40. So Crowley has a 30 average. That is a
Yeah,
huge
but I
gap.
really don't see them dropping Crawley this series at least. I think after this series, they might have a discussion before the Down Under tour.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah.
So I think next match, Shoaib Bashir getting dropped. I mean, missing out because of an injury, and then who comes in? Also, the pace attack. Who do you see missing out? I think Vokes has 3 matches in a row now. He will be rested, maybe.
Mm, Atkinson
Oh, oh,
should come, depending on how his fitness is. I think he played a one club game. One of those club games that England
Josh
always
Atkinson
will always
coming in.
play.
Jofra Archer will play surely the next
Jofra
match.
has been
Yeah.
a wonderful addition, definitely.
Also Bryden Curse. He's played three on the trot.
I think Vokes is
Ah,
not. Wow, what about Vokes?
Yeah, Vokes looked off color, and anyways, I mean, even if he plays, he will play just 2 more matches. There's absolutely no point taking him down under. He will get smashed left, right, center.
Oh, you will. I don't. No, no. I'm talking about these remaining two matches. Will he play or not?
See, I mean, not sure. He didn't look that much good in these 3 matches, and also, I mean, maybe have a look at his workload. Is he fit enough to bowl the next match? He's already played 3 matches on the trot. He's 36, so. But the batting factor that Vokes had is something that England might keep in mind because he can get those runs
Yeah,
at the
some
lower
But
order.
Bryden Cars, I feel that he will play.
something which is not utilized yet. The batting factor. Yeah. Yeah, Biden cars may also get a chance.
And he looked absolutely fantastic,
Yeah,
specifically the last innings.
that 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 50 also will hurt when India will
Yeah,
retrospect.
absolutely. Okay, so do we have any more comments?
Not yet.
Unfortunately, no, and it's also
You can,
pretty late, 11 o'clock. So I think
Yeah,
time to wrap up and have a big sleep after an exhaustive day. So,
yeah.
how many of you guys were watching the match full live? I mean,
me from morning
No,
5.
I was checking the score honestly.
I was
Oh,
watching since morning 5. Yeah.
I was bound to because I have to put out reports. I was bound to. It exhausted because I have now couple of hours break and then back to Jamaica for that test match. I have to stay till morning, and I open up again 2 3 hours of sleep, and then again
okay,
I
so
think tomorrow is another.
we can have another good test match. Australia are 6 down, right? So,
Nah,
can West Indies
not
do
changing.
something fantastic
Their
late in the
batting, their
midnight?
batting is the main issue. I think. West
You
Indies
have
bowlers
some,
did well, but yeah,
you have some different kind of confidence on West Indies batting shop, Kurshi. I mean, they can't even score to 100 in the fourth innings last game. I think it was.
Well, that is
They
something. I
was
mean, it's already 181, so Australia will at least give 220, 30,
you are
maybe.
doubting the
Yeah,
you
ability
look
of
at.
Cummins' batting
I
ability,
can't.
especially.
I can't bear out their captain, Robson Chase. He doesn't look like West Indies captain.
Okay,
He is
maybe
Roston
standing at that
Chase.
toss. I mean, he could look like a West Indies captain. You are actually shouldering the legacy and history of the West Indies cricket. Look at the captain. Clive Lloyd was there. Phil was there. There was a great bowlers. Andy, Mikey. There was Brian Lara. There was Darren Sammy. 2 World Cups. Chris Gray was there. Marlon Samuel was there. And there is Roston Chase. I mean, someone tell me Roston Chase. Someone tell you, someone go to Barbados a trip and meet Gary Sobers and say, you know what? Roston Chase is your captain. The current test captain is Roston Chase. And he says, who Roston Chase? I don't think
may
Gary
I,
Sobers really know him. I
may I
mean,
do
he
suggest?
stands. I mean, to be honest, he stood there in the toss with a maroon kind of blazer on his body, and I think Samuel Burgess was doing the toss. He said, "So what are the changes?" And he said, and the kind of tone he used, it felt like he was already drained out even before the first ball was bowled in the Test match. He was so tired. I mean, yeah, just because you're playing a Test match, just because he's been scheduled, we're going to get some money, nothing else. You look at Australia; they know it's a walk in the park for them. I mean, Test match is not bound to be like that, but it was always going to be like that. When the schedule was announced, I knew that this was no kind of a contest between these two teams. That West Indies time lost to Bangladesh a couple of years ago. I mean, there's no going to get they will give a fight to Australia. And as I put it in the group, this could be, I mean, most surely, 99% surety that this could be the last test series for Australia in the Caribbean ever in the history. And you see
Well,
the commentators,
an
you see
interesting
the
stat I just
journalists.
saw that Steve Smith got
Okay.
out on 5 yesterday. So, had he scored one more run, he could have had 1,000 runs against West Indies. He always gets out one shot of these milestones.
Oh no. 199, then
hmm.
999.
I think maybe his last
You
game
know,
against West Indies also.
Okay, yeah, this will probably his last test because West Indies will again come in the next cycle. I don't really see him in the next cycle. Don't know.
I mean, this test match is do nothing. This series is doing nothing. Anyone is watching it. If you don't have any work surrounding it, no. No one is watching it for sure. No
Mine
one
also
is. I
not
think the
watching.
Caribbean players not watching it at all. If you don't going to bound to work on it. And the fact is, if you see the journalist, I think Adam Collins was there for saying cricket. He was in Jamaica a couple of days ago. And he flew to London just because to enjoy this fifth day. He flew to London. It was 18-hour long flight from Jamaica to London, and he came there just to enjoy the fifth day of the two series. And that's what Test cricket do to you if you two, kind of equal team plays. There's no point of Australia and West Indies meeting.
Yeah, so
Now,
I
But I
mean,
still feel that Australian batting has declined a bit. Like West Indies bowlers did their job, but I think the batters were below par.
Surely,
That's what my
I
feeling
think
is.
Sam Constance has learned the harsh realities of international cricket in this series. I mean, he's having his troubles.
Sam
Usman
Compton,
Khawaja having his troubles
Cameron
for a long
Green,
time now.
Usman Khwaja. So a lot of issues are there in the Australian batting lineup also, I feel. I think they couldn't notch a big scores which were expected.
Well, so we would like to end the live here and just with the note that where would you rank this India England test match? I mean, we have had some great contest between these two nations in recent times in test matches. So, top five India England test matches. This will surely be there, right?
Yes, I
Top
think.
five.
Well, I
That's
can't
tough.
remember a lot old matches, but if I mean, let's do it post 2000 because I think maybe before 2000 everyone may not be aware. So let's do it post 2000.
The 2021 Lords is surely up there, if you talk from Indian perspective.
Yeah, I
I
think
think
Lords.
2021 Lords, 2018 Edgbaston, 2014 Lords. 2014 were Lords. You won't see the scorecard, but that was a time when England could have think of a draw, but they didn't. So 2014 Lords, maybe some game in
So even
India.
20,
even
20, no,
2007 Lords, the one where Dhoni and Srishant I think tied it with bad
Yeah,
light
yeah,
helping them.
that
that
that that
is
is
Yeah.
2016 Chennai. Why not? Because they needed 9 wickets in last session.
Yeah,
Nine
no,
wickets.
they needed nine in last two and I think seven or six in the last. And Jadeja got seven, I think, in that innings.
Okay, seven. But seven is also a huge number of wicket of any session. 30 overs, 35 overs, and 7 wickets is a huge number. So maybe
Yeah,
Chennai 2016.
and then this one will be there now. Maybe even that Edgbaston 2022, England chasing down 378. Though that wasn't a very close match, but yeah, historic
that
chase
Yeah,
you
wasn't a
can
that
say.
close
wasn't
match.
a close match. The it's
Yeah,
hard. I
close
think
match you can say.
2018.
You can say Hyderabad 2024. Oli Pope 196
Yeah,
or Tom Hartley
that
hitting
could be
seven
good.
on the final
Ranchi,
day.
Ranchi won. Ranchi 2024
Yeah,
was a
that
good
was
match.
also a close one. India were
India was
five
five
down,
down.
needed 70 more runs, I think, and then the Dhruv
I
Jurel
was
and
expecting
Shubman
similar
getting the
thing
lead.
from here, India at this time also. India five down and chasing it. Yeah,
I have so much. I have some hope with the 2018 Edgbaston Test match. I thought Virat is there; they would pull it off. He
ah,
didn't. There was Pandya; he didn't. And then it was went with the flow. And then was again the Ben Stokes guy. I
yeah,
think India
England.
needs some players who can handle the pressure of fourth inning. VVS Lakshman did it well. Sachin was always there, and then after Sachin, there's no one. Literally, no one was handle the fourth innings better. Fourth innings chase is something that Australia do brilliantly. I think West Indies in the past
Yeah.
means before 2000, kind of Jordan Greens did it. 2002, I think he made unbeaten to 22, unbeaten 214 at Lords
Yeah. What an innings.
1984, 85, I guess.
Yeah. 84, I think. Yeah.
84 again. Yeah.
One of Lord's
So,
classics. Yeah.
uh,
I think
can you
Gavaskar
believe
also
someone
close
scored?
400. I think.
Can you believe someone scoring? I mean, fourth innings, fifth day, and he scores a double century, and that is a striker of 86, and that's 1984.
I mean, back then, a team scoring 200 in fourth innings, I mean, on
Yeah,
the last day was a huge, I mean, huge
huge,
thing,
huge.
to be honest. And this
Some
guy
of those,
alone scored
yeah,
400. Yeah.
that West Indies side is incomparable. I don't think you can compare with any kind of side, not even the
Yep.
Golden Australian period. Golden Australian period was great, no doubt about it. But it was that golden period 2000 after 2000 where scores can be chased like that. But 1984, as you mentioned, 200 for a team was different. Forget
Yeah.
about, let alone scoring about an individual, and that's a strike of 90.
That speaks volumes about the dominance.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
that
so I
side was
think,
completely different.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think time to wrap up and Shubhadeep can
Yeah.
have
I think
some
we have
rest before
crossed
watching the
11 p.m.
Jamaica match,
Yep.
Oh,
or rather the West Indies batting collapse, which will start in some time. Well, cheers, good night.
Thank you, guys. Cheers.
Good night.